Distributed system, introduction to distributed system. Our course outcome is to explain the fundamentals of distributed system, compare different mutual exclusion algorithms, explain distributed file systems, summarize distributed scheduling, explain failure recoveries, checkpoints, fault tolerance, and all other things. The textbook that you will going to refer is Andrew Tenenbaum, Distributed System, Singhal and Shivaratri, Advanced Concept in Operating System. A distributed system contains multiple nodes that are physically separate but linked together using the network. All the nodes in this system communicate with each other and handle processes in tandem. Each of these nodes contain a small part of distributed operating system software. See, there is a network and there are different distributed operating system which is performing under this. Types of distributed system. The nodes in the distributed system can be arranged in the form of client-server system or peer-to-peer system. Details about these are as follow. Client-server system. In client-server system, the client requests a resource and the server provides that resource. A server may serve multiple clients at the same time, while a client in the contact with only one server. Both the client and server usually communicate via computer network, and so they are a part of distributed system. In peer-to-peer system, the peer-to-peer system contains nodes that are equal participations in data sharing. All the tasks are equally divided between all the nodes. The nodes interact with each other as required as share resources. This is done with the help of a network. Advantage of distributed system. Some advantages of distributed systems are as follow. All the nodes in the distributed systems are connected to each other, so nodes can easily share data with other nodes. More nodes can easily be added to the distributed system. It can be scaled as required. Failure of one node does not lead to the failure of the entire distributed system. Other nodes can still communicate with each other. Resources like printers can be shared with the multiple nodes rather than being restricted to just one. Disadvantages of the distributed systems. Some disadvantages of the distributed systems are as follow. It is difficult to provide adequate security in distributed system because the nodes as well as the connection need to be secured. Some message and the data can be lost in the network while moving from one node to the another node. The database connected to the distributed system is quite complicated and difficult to handle as compared to the single user system. Overloading may occur in the network if all the nodes of the distributed system try to send data at once. See, in the distributed system, what exactly happened, what are the different examples, what is the common characteristic, what is the basic design, these all things we're going to discuss. A distributed system is one in which component located at network computer communicate and coordinate their action only by passing the message. This definition leads to the following characteristic of distributed system. concurrency of components, lack of global clock, independent failure of components. Centralized system characteristics, one component with the non-autonomous part, component shared by users all the time, all resources accessible, software run in a single process, single point of control, single point of failure. Distributed system characteristics, multiple autonomous components, components are not shared by all users, resources may not be accessible, software run in concurrent process on different processors, multiple point of control. Example of distributed system could be local area network, an intranet, database management system, automatic teller machine network, internet world wide web, mobile and obvious computing. Local area network, there are local networks, email server, file server, web servers are there, printers and other servers, email servers, desktop computers, routers, firewalls. These all make local area network. Database management system, in this, if you see that various database monitors are available, DB1, DB2, DB3 likewise. Database engines are there at the top of that. And there are many applications and the many users are connected through that. Various machine, various processors, network inter-process communications are occurring. OS communication to external devices are also happening. So these all make database management system. In case of automatic teller machine, there are different teller machines, computer controlling teller machines to other bank account holding computers, computer holding bank account data to other controllers, hot standby holding secondary copy of bank account data to protect it in case of emergency. So these are all, the kind of distributed system that we are working, in which in various places the system is functioning and giving the data to the required place. If you talk about internet, it is also a distributed system. Satellite link, backbones, internet service providers, intranet, desktop computers, servers, network links, these are all making the internet. World Wide Web, our web pages, which is having various links connected together, which is having a different processing, which is connected to the another, you know, webs, which is also having various links. So likewise, web servers and web browsers. If you see different browsers, web servers and the browsers, they are connecting together through the internet. So server is providing the service to the webs and browser, they are accessing it. So they required, the connectivity between these two, web servers and web browsers. So they are also holding the distributed systems through the internet. Mobile and obvious computing, internet, home intranet, host intranet, wireless LAN, laptop, GCM, these are all which is the primary requirement of the everyday, problems. Home intranets are there, which is connected to the internet. We are accessing it through our mobile. All these things through the mobile. Common characteristic. What are we trying to achieve when we construct a distributed system? Certain common characteristics can be used to access the distributed system. Heterogeneity, openness, security, scalability, failure handling, concurrency, transparency. Heterogeneity, variety and difference in networks, computer hardware, operating systems, programming language, implementations by different developers, middleware as software layer to provide a programming abstractions as well as masking to heterogeneous systems like OS programming languages, Cobra, mobile code to refer to code that can be sent from one computer to the another and run at the destination. Openness. Openness is concerned with extension and improvement of distributed system. Detailed interface of component need to be published. New component have to be integrated with existing component. Differences in data representation of interface type on different processors of different vendor have to be resolved. Security, if I talk about, in a distributed system, client send requests to the access, data managed by server, resources in the network, doctors requesting records from hospital, users purchase product through electronic commerce. Security is required for canceling the content of message, security and privacy, identifying a remote user or other agent correctly, authentication, new challenges, denial of service attack, security of mobile code, scalability, adoption of distributed system to accommodate more users, respond faster, usually done by adding more and faster processors. Components should not need to be changed when scale of a system increase. Design component to be scalable. Failure handling. Hardware, software and network fail. Distributed system must maintain availability even at low level of hardware, software, network, reliability. Fault tolerance is achieved by recovery redundancy.